All right, so we've gotten to the point where we have the basic code for the for PygLatin working in CodeSkulptor, but now we want to jazz it up a little bit and take advantage of the CodeSkulptor GUI modules that we have, the simple GUI stuff. So let's see, the first thing I'm going to do is, let me just pop up this import, another import statement here. So I'm importing this junk as PygLatin_GUI, so I can refer to the module this way. So remember, with the from, when you say from and the module name, you can say import is alpha, and you can just refer to is alpha directly without needing the module as a modifier. With this one, I just to illustrate a different way of doing things, I'm saying import all this junk as PygLatin_GUI. So now I can refer to the module as PygLatin_GUI. And we'll talk a little bit more about what that means and how I use this name later. But for now, let me show you actually what this guy is looking for. So I'm going to do my copying trick again and go here, paste that in. Okay, so this is the module that's going to help us with the GUI, the PygLatin GUI. And notice this one imports simple GUI. There's this class here. We're going to talk more about classes later, so we don't have to worry about that at this moment. But what I wanted to show you, what I think is important right now, is this function right here. This function that says run GUI. It's looking for two inputs, an input handler and the current word. So the input handler basically is the function that's going to handle whatever the user has input. Okay, and the current word is going to be whatever we figure out that the current word is to be. So in other words, so basically there are two things that we're figuring out, that's kind of the computing bit here. Is we're figuring out what to do with the word that the user enters, and then we make that available. Now here we're printing it directly, right? Another way I could have done this is I could have, instead of having the print here, I could have said, at this point, I could have said else new word equals empty. And I could have put my print down here. Some of you might have done it this way, right? This will still work because I'm just if the original is alpha, I'll make it into the new word. Otherwise, I'll say empty, right? So let's just try that. Tomato. And it says tomatote. Okay, so it still works if we do it like this. So, but the idea here is we want to kind of separate out the bits that have to do with the console, right, in here. So the in the console, we enter the user input and we display the result, right? So we want to kind of separate those out into functions that we're passing on to our GUI. So where we have one function that's going to handle, so one function is going to involve this bit where we're taking the information that we've been given from the user and turning it into our PygLatin, right? And then the other bit is giving back the actual word that was created. Okay. So we're no longer going to use raw input or print because our GUI is going to handle that that part for us. All right. So so what we need to do is instead of this, let's just get rid of this for a second. So here, the original is taken from the raw input. What we want to do is we want to replace this so we have a function. Let's just call it text value changed. Okay, where the original is given to us. Okay, and that's going to involve. I'm going to scroll all the way down here. Hold down the control key and press the closing bracket, and that will just move all of my stuff over. So now all of this code is underneath this as part of this function. Okay, and I can get rid of my original stuff because now my original is going to be passed to me from the GUI. And the same thing with this print new word. Instead of saying print new word, I'm going to have a function. Let's call it get output text. Okay, I can scooch this over. And instead of saying print new word, I'm going to say return new word. Oh, there's one thing though I have to remember. If I'm changing new word inside this function, I need to use global. I'm sorry, global new word. And let's see. Since new word is what gets displayed on the screen, I think I want to start with my screen displaying PygLatin. Okay, so that'll be the first thing that shows up on the screen, and then when I when I enter a word and change things, then it'll show the PygLatin word. Okay, so the only thing that's left now is to connect these functions to the GUI. So the way we do that, again, let's take a look. Over here we have this run GUI function. And what it's looking for is the function that processes the input and the function that passes back the output. Okay, so those are the two functions we've created. This is our input handler, and this is our, gives us the current word that we want to appear. So the way that we call this run GUI, so remember we imported the GUI module as pyglatin.gui. So we use that module name, pyglatin_GUI, and then we're going to put a period, a dot, and this is where the function name goes. So then we're going to say run GUI, okay, and that's this guy right here, run GUI, with the two inputs, which are the two function names. Oops. So the function names are text value change. When possible, I do cutting and pasting because it saves me from misspelling a lot of times, or just copying things wrong. So we're going to say run GUI that, and let's see what happens. Okay, so now it comes up, it says PygLatin, we enter a word, garage, alright. What happens when I say apple? Apple right? Or, you know, and you might want to modify it so it says apple hay if it starts with a vowel or something like that. So, you know, there are different things you can play around with in here, and that's how you do the Pig Latin code sculptor style. So I hope you enjoy playing around with that.